Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one truth I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind it. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran television. For over 60 years, nobody has stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people until he came. And by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, I am George Onibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, as always, we must proceed to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, the one who has set our path upon this path, feet upon this path that we must follow. For without him, we are gone as a people. Anyị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya ị na-agị obi ọma gị o juru anya anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma ise. This morning, without wasting much of our time, we shall go to our topic, which is simply titled The Role of Responsible Leaders. The roles of responsible leader. I want to start this morning by referring to one of my callers yesterday, who supposedly is calling from London or around that area. He asked the question and said, does God talk to people? Because he ended by saying, because I am confused. This is exactly the state that every one of us has found ourselves. Do we have a leader? Do we have a government in Nigeria? Do we have leaders in Biafra land? Do we have leaders in the church? Do we have leaders in the community? Do we have leaders in organization? Because the people are confused, but they don't know they are all confused already, because they don't even know the role of a leader. When you begin to look at my response to that brother yesterday, I said it's a complicated matter and a very long one, but the truth remains that God do communicate with men in different way, not audible in this dispensation. Because everything he has created shows you who he is. Everything that God has created continually gives revelation about him. And if you are able to manage this information, it gives you information regarding any situation or circumstance you find yourself. When I'm dealing with Nigerians, I know how they behave. Not because I have been them. They are very predictable. They are pathetic. If I'm dealing with a Nigeria in the mind, because you have two types of Nigeria, a Nigerian by influence and a Nigeria in the mind. A Nigerian by influence are those people who had no choice. British government just came and created us as a Nigeria. A lot of our children, a lot of our people believe they are Nigeria. They just don't understand what it's all about. They have been influenced to believe that they are Nigeria. Somebody is going to come one day because they have absolute power, which eventually corrupt absolutely. They are going to create you again. They can wake up one day because our leader have exposed the meaning of Nigeria. They are going to wake up one day, they will call you Holy Ghost country. And you are going to answer that even when you don't know the meaning of Holy Ghost. So some people are Nigerian because they have been influenced by the leader to believe and to think they are Nigerian. That is why they fight ignorantly. They fight even with their life. And then some people are Nigerian because they love what Nigeria is doing. In their heart, they are corrupt individual already. They cannot succeed without being corrupt. And that is why people like me, by the grace of God, we don't need to know further. We don't need evidence to know who you are. Once you bring out your first step, we know who you are. The moment we see your footprint, we know where you are coming from. We know where you are going to. Today, a lot of people are confused. And that is because maybe you people are not looking at your environment. If you go and look at some of the two major trending news from the Nigerian stable, it will amuse you. And some of us look at it as, now wow, wonder shall never end. But I tell you, you are dealing with masters of deception. And in most cases, you are dealing with people who are born through the process of deception. For instance, Magu, the EFCC boss, was arrested over allegation that he owned 4 property and was transferring fund abroad through the third party. And people will say, oh, then don't catch Magu. Oh, then don't catch her. He's a thief. These people are not arresting Magu. Their intention is not to indict Magu. What these people are trying to do is to show you that Magu is not a corrupt man. He owns property in Abuja, and so is there any politician, including the man arresting Magu, who don't own a property in Abuja? He is transferring money through third party or fifth party, and so is there any politician who does not do this? And so you should not say, oh, thank God they are revealing themselves. No, there is a deeper problem. There is issue you are not seeing there. Nigerian cannot arrest Magu because Magu is one of the people that own Nigeria. Those who understand how Nigerian and their leader function, we know that there is a crime they are trying to cover up. Why are they not telling us the size of the property, the location of the property? Why are they not telling us how many billion that is involved? But let me tell you, they are trying to use Magu to cover a greater damage than you can imagine. That is how they do. Where is Rubadu? Where are others that work in his path? Don't think Nigeria gradually they are fighting corruption. DSCC, arrest DSCC. A man killed himself and run away. Biafrans, open your eye. All these games, you people are the one they are playing that game to. That is why today, even here in freedom fighting, people with the Nigerian mentality, they play out Nigerian mentality. Ordinary freedom fighting, we are running franchise because we know our plan. But those Biafrans who are still sincere and want true freedom, watch their footprint, we know who they are. I don't come to pamper you so that you feel good, because that would have been deception on my own part in the end of the day. Because you are meant to feel good for a while, you feel cozy, you have been entertained, but the problem is still there. We need everybody to see as much as we can see. We want everybody to see as far as we can see. What is development? What is advancement? What is civilization? If not the ability to chart a better course ahead of yourself and your people. They wanted and said, yes, in yet another publication regarding the Nigerian army admitting to its knowledge of the sponsorship of Boko Haram, but they say it is not their duty to expose them. Yes, so we are Nigerian army. We are supposed to defend Nigerian border and integrity. But even though we have been killing Biafrans instead of defending Nigeria, in fact, our main job is to defend Nigeria from Biafra. They are telling you, we know the sponsors of Boko Haram. The way they want you to think is simple. We will come and say, yes, so our leader have said it. We know they have hand. They are trying to drive your attention away from the truth that they are the Boko Haram. The Nigerian army don't want you to know that they are the Boko Haram, because the way our leader is exposing all of them, you will soon see that they will be exposed, of course. But to divert your attention, oh yes, so Nigerian army say they know who. They don't need to know, they are the one. The same way some people commit atrocity, those with Nigerian mind, they are fraudulent in nature. They cannot be trusted. They commit crime, but they pretend as if no, it's not them, just to push it to another person. We know how all of you function. We know how we function. That is why we behave the way we behave. And we must not forget, like I was saying, our topic is the role of responsible leaders. Leadership is the action of leading people in an organization towards achieving goals. Leadership is the action. The person that carries on that action is the leader. And the purpose why such action is being carried is to be able to lead people in an organization to achieve something, toward achieving a goal. My focus is not on Nigeria leader, but Nigeria must understand that. If I may ask, what is the goal of Nigeria? Nigerian leader, what is their goal? What do you think they want to achieve? The only thing Nigerians want to achieve is to make sure that Igbo man is relegated to the background. If you mean bribing all of us to ensure that they kill all of us, they will do that. They are committed in developing their region. Yoruba is interested in developing their region. Hausa is interested in developing their region. And then when we talk too much, they just settle some of us who will come and begin to fight some of us. These are the goal of Nigeria, to perpetually keep us in bondage. And each time they tell you, oh, we are flagging up Ogoni clean up, they want to play you another parole. Each time Nigerians tell you, oh, we want to walk the southeast road or east-west road, it is another lie coming for you. Each time they tell you they are building second Niger bridge, they want to loot your land. We know how Nigeria function. In one of the brokers of our leader, he said they give money to Senator Ikekoremado. Good Lord gave him money to repair certain road, and he ate the money. Honestly, he has to pay for that. The same way they will tell you that they gave money to Peter Odili to work gas to buy, and that Peter Odili ate the money. The question is if these individuals actually embezzled that money. Why is DSS and EFCC and ICPC and FFK and all of them, why are they not after them? Because they set them up. The first thing Nigerian does to you is to indict you. These are leaders, these are their goals. It is said recently that somebody used almost 32 million naira to sweep law school, Nigerian law school in Lagos for a year, almost 32 million. And people are saying, oh, it's too much, how can he do that? And when I was trying to analyze the issue with somebody, I say, see, the man who is responsible in dispatching this fund, Nigerian goal is to destroy whoever that man is. And I asked the person, you work in social organization? He said, yes. I said, are you telling me you people are not spending up to 3 million to clean your facility in a year? He said, we spend more than that. I said, let us do auditing for this man. You will see he is being set up. There is something they are not telling us. Because they have their goal. The goal of Nigerian is to make sure, Nigerian government is to make sure our voice are not heard. But they are not of concern to us. That question should go back to our leader. Biafran's leader, what are your goals? You are responsible for taking action that will lead us to achieve a goal. What have you achieved on our behalf? What is your goal? To continually harass us with the Boko Haram army and police? Is that your goal? Because I am sick and tired of people trying to sound normal when things are not normal. What is the achievement of our leaders in Biafra land? Yoruba leaders can come together and form military group, terrorist group to defend their land. Honestly, I don't condemn them. Because their goal is to defend their people at all costs. Biafran leaders, what are your goal? To bring more barrack, more police. We don't have drinking water, we don't have electricity. But you people can vote billion to build more police stations thinking you are going to conquer us. You are going to cripple us. But we are very happy because God is answering our prayer already. What is your goal? Tell me one Biafran leader that you can see and say they are doing fine. Honestly, I'm not calling for your arrest or anything. Posterity will catch up with all of you. Nemesis will catch up with all of you. And the blood of the innocent people you vowed, you promised to protect and you fail to protect, they will catch up with all of you. From the church to the government to organization to group, all of you the position of leader whose goal is to undermine the people you are leading. You wait for God, he's coming for you. What has our leaders done for us? Politically, they are busy fighting for second tenure. All their life, they spend everything on second tenure. They don't have vision for the people. In the church, they are fighting to drive the best car. Your leaders in the church are fighting to own private jets, international schools. They want good life for themselves and their children. I do not call to condemn them, but I want us to listen. Biafrans, what is the greatest achievement of all your leaders put together? It will amaze you. They are all the same. If you don't understand that these people are supposed to come together, lead people towards achieving a goal. Today, what we are supposed to be hearing under normal circumstance is that yes, the governors of the southeast and south has forwarded a bill to the Senate ensuring that the seaport must be open. And of course, we all know Nigeria, in her own Draculan method of leadership, will arrest all of them. All of them have been indicted. They will take them before DSS, they will torture them, but let them stand their ground. And then they give courage and boldness to leaders like us to emerge. But their goal is not for the interest of the people. The whole of African leaders do not have a goal for the interest of the people. They will hate you for this. And those of us who are connected to them, you are not happy about what you are saying. That is why all of you from backyard, you are making effort. You are making effort to undermine the truth. But don't worry. There is no way the power of man will be greater than that of the Creator. There is no way that darkness will conquer the light. Of course, when I mean darkness, I'm not meaning Oyibo and black, because we are the darkness. We are the darkness that demands the light. But I want you to understand how they function. Just still on the definition of leader. Leaders do this by influencing behavior in several ways. When they do this, their target is to influence behavior in several ways. I want you to understand, since we start this journey here in IPOB, the only thing the leaders say, your leaders tell you, yes, we will kill IPOB, yes, we will arrest IPOB, yes, we will destroy IPOB, yes, IPOB. But what exactly is our crime? Aside exercising our right to civil disobedience, our right to self-determination, our right to freedom of speech, we have worked patiently, discipline within this preamble. But yet they say, oh, you are a terrorist. Because asking those questions makes them not to be able to fulfill their goal. Their goal is simple: loot all of you, impoverish all of you, turn all of you to beggar. And some people hate them because they don't understand how it functions. Leaders are supposed to be people who set a clear vision. Leaders are supposed to be people who set a clear vision. It's only during election campaign you see their clear vision. And that is why since we were born, we begin to hear Vision 8080, Vision 1990, Vision 2020, Vision 2000. Now we are in 2020. You are beginning to hear Vision 2030, Vision 4040. How many lifetimes do you have? They just buying us per minute. Do not be surprised that in this struggle here in IPOB, another struggle, some people are doing things that will make it delay. The more we delay, the more money they make. But if I come out and I speak against such people, most of you who do not understand how they function, it's a saboteur. But I'm waiting for all of you. Some people are deliberately waiting to see. Let it continue. Let it continue. We begin every morning. Maybe it's another morning. We are still shouting, yes, so we want freedom, we want to go. But there are people making sure we don't want to go. That is their goal. That is their target. But those who know and understand we need freedom, those who know and understand that we are the most endangered species of Homo sapien here on earth, you must stand up. Believe me, they always look great, they always look mighty, they always look intimidating, they always look as if they will disappear you. I tell you, they cannot. Do not give down. Do not back down. They are supposed to motivate. Look at Yoruba leaders. They motivate their people. Look at Hausa Fulani leader. Even though they reduce them to common beggar, conquering them, they motivate them to kill me and you. But they kill the other brother in Imo State, and then they are motivated saying, don't do anything, no, don't make a refusal attack, oh, don't do this one, no, don't do that one, no. She just shut up and enter inside house. Then some governor will say, don't worry, God give it and God take it. May God take out your family. And some are endangering our life. You don't understand. They are the one pushing us to death, but their own family are in safe heaven. And you think they want Biafra to come? We must understand how responsible leaders function. If you know how they function, you know who they are. There are things, there is nothing anybody will tell me about God today. You can't tell me anything about God because I know who God is. I'm walking in power. I'm walking in miracle. I live a life of favor because I know who I am. You can't tell me about who Nigeria is because we know who they are. And here in this struggle, we know who all of you are. Most of you don't know. Some people are programmed now. Hey, let's be shouting, let's just be doing it. While we are doing it, what is happening is happening. The leaders are supposed to guide the people through a stipulated constitution and to build morals. Do we have constitution? All of a sudden you just hear, yes, so the bill to take over all your land, coastal region, is on the 17th reading. Yes, so there is another bill to give a Fulani headsmen all your fatherland. It's on the 20th reading. They do not have stipulated constitution. Their constitution is flexible when it comes to undermining your right as a citizen, supposedly, and it is very rigid when it comes to taking from you that which belongs to you. They operate all-weather constitution system. It becomes flexible when it will allow them to achieve their goal, and it becomes rigid when it will allow them to undermine you. But you must understand the role of leaders. They are supposed to help build moral. Can you tell me a moral man among the leadership you have? Some of them may be good, but they have found themselves in a position where being moral is out of it, out of the whole game. Our people must understand the role of a responsible leader. Number one, a responsible leader is supposed to represent the people's interest in all matter. The day you were going there, the day you were campaigning, you promised first of all to meet the interests of the people. And of course we know you cannot meet the complete interests of the people without even encroaching on their rights, without even initiating a platform that will destroy them later. But at least the basic access of their existence should be protected. Who is representing our interest? We have found ourselves in a country whose only goal and vision is to emasculate us completely. We get so used to this suffering that we think it's a way of life. Nigeria is where it is today because once it happened to you, the next thing is that there will be a Yoruba pastor to encourage you. Don't worry, the Lord will do it. He works in mysterious way. You just cool down. Something we would have spoken out against, something we would have protested against. If that is not there, those in the corridor of power, they have the Boko Haram in uniform there to intimidate us, harass us, and then we vote for somebody to represent our interest. And the person lost his voice because they first of all sell us out. Any leader who cannot speak up for the interests of their people is not a responsible leader. Watch them, they have sold you up. Once you see your leaders talking with soft tone in the voice of injustice against you, who voted them, who accepted them as a leader, I tell you, watch them, they have compromised you and the whole generation. That is why no leader from the southeast or south, no leader from Biafra land can come out boldly and say yes or no, because they are not responsible. But this morning we are calling you to be responsible. A responsible leader are those who are there to defend the interests of their people. There is a difference between representing your people and there is a difference between defending your people. Today I want you to go back and check record. Check every police station in Nigeria. In the place where you have 100 inmates, from police dungeon to DSS dungeon to the prison yard, any area where you have people locked up, whether for the crime or wrongly accused, go and check them. You will see that first of all, out of every 100 person locked up anywhere in the name of custody in Nigeria, you will see that 90% of them are Biafran youth, Biafrans across Nigeria. The remaining 10%, 5% are Yoruba. And that means because they must have taught somebody who is very strong. The remaining 5%, they are there on holiday. When I was locked up in DSS then, because the place they put me, when the DSS is over full, jam pack, they now bring the leftover to push inside the rubbish place they kept me. They brought some Hausa to keep me there. Did you know they were not locking their hand up? They didn't come and keep them there, but they want to find out what the mission of those boys are. In the morning they will bring them out, put them under the sun. They are relaxing, drinking ice cream. In the evening they bring them out. Their handcuff doesn't lock permanently. They do their handcuff in such a way that they can easily remove their hand from it. And you know, if you look at the palm of Hausa man and you look at the palm of Igbo man, it's not the same. Their Fulani hand is almost like eye, but they don't lock their handcuff tight. When I wake up in the night, all of them, nobody's putting on handcuff again. DSS is listening to me, they know what they are doing. But I was handcuffed with a handcuff they call Chicago steel. The Chicago steel they put on me, if I shake it will lock. If I shake it will lock. And every morning, from morning around 5 o'clock, they will handcuff me down to in the evening, where they will bring food for me. My hand will be swelling. I do not know if that is how that handcuff function, but it is called Chicago steel. Any move you make, it will lock itself. If you shake, it will lock itself. And when I start to come and release it, they will say, guys, stop moving. You are the one worsening your problem. But the Hausa were not giving those ones. What am I trying to say in effect? Does it now mean that the prison is built for Biafrans? Who will come and speak for us? Who will condemn these actions? Do you know, for instance, also, that more than 90% of the people locked up in Nigerian prison yard are awaiting trial list? They are awaiting trial list. And the same 98% of those on waiting trial list did not commit the crime. The point is that, what is our leader doing to defend the interest of their people? That is how you know responsible leader. When it's time for them to be voted in for another tenure, that is when they look for their relative in the prison and pardon them, because they don't represent our interest. Nigeria is busy recruiting Boko Haram and incorporating them into the Nigerian military because they represent the interests of their people, both good and bad. Maybe you begin to understand what it means to be a responsible leader. They are responsible to their people, not to Nigeria. You Biafran leader, when will you speak for us? You Biafran leader, when will you represent our interest? Because this is a question you people must answer one day. Whose interest do you represent? Responsible leaders are those who work very hard to protect the interests of their people at all costs. There is a difference between representing your people and then defending your people and then protecting your people. The difference between defending and protecting is that one of them transcends the other. You can be in a place and defend the people, but you can't be in a very far location to protect the people. You have to be close to the people. I want you to go and check the COVID-19 pandemic issue. Your governors made money on your head instead of helping you. In Abia State, for instance, they are selling bucket of sanitizer which is supposed to be 400 naira. Government is selling it to you 7,000 because they had the anointing to stop coronavirus. Go to River State. You will see that throughout that period, you can open your beer parlor a little bit, just pay them. They give exclusive rights to you to break the COVID-19 rule. Go everywhere in Biafra land. They have mini bank at borders, every border. Go to Onitsha Head Bridge. To move from Delta to Onitsha, you pay money. They are not there to protect you. And finally, a responsible government is the one that speaks for the interest of the people. Who is speaking for us? There are attributes we saw in our leader and we follow him. He doesn't own our life. Neither do we own his life. He is influenced, he is ordained by Chukwuka Kabiama to do what he's doing. Because it takes extraordinary to do that thing. And then we vow to give him our support. As far as the mission statement is straight. So the question is, who speaks for our interest? Have you heard them discuss about our issue? When you hear them talking about us, you will understand that they want to bargain. Most of you don't know some of the things causing problem with Biafra IPOB and these politicians. Most of them think they can use us for bulldog. Most of them think that they will use us for bulldog, like as they are using Boko Haram as the northern bulldog, OPC and Omoteko as the Yoruba bulldog. They want to turn us to bulldog, but their children is in London. They never care for us. And some of you have been reduced to bulldog already. They give you gun and tell you who to kill and who not to kill. Are you not ashamed? Tell them to bring their children to come and kill George Onibe. Tell them to bring their children. Let's defend our land. Then you begin to understand who they are. Every Biafran child who has not gotten to the level of understanding when your leader is irresponsible, you are part of the problem and the menace that plague us as a people. The moment you understand that they are irresponsible, your way of thinking and approach to issue will change. I call on you, Biafran's leader supposedly, in the church setting to rise up and be responsible, in the political arena to rise up and be responsible, in the agitation arena to rise up and to be responsible, in the administration arena, rise up and be responsible. You cannot shut anybody down. If you are not seeing where the navigator system is taking Nigeria to, believe me, your vision is very low. You can fool some people sometime. You cannot fool the people all the time. We have been talking and we have not responded. That is why it looks like we don't have sense. We will give you what you want. We will respond to you in due time. It will not end up the way you think it's going to end. But in the first place, we want everybody in this world to understand that we are fed up of Nigeria. We want them to understand that Nigerian leaders are not responsible. We want them to understand that there is a need to free over 20 million people locked up in the prison. And we will not stop until that is done. I'll be back in a minute.
You're listening to this is Radio Biafra.
Yes, of course, at this moment our lines are open and our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Dr. Chuku, calling from Amala. The people because I must bless you. Bless my leader. Bless our dick. And bless you once you need. You come and bless your life. Bless your family. Bless my lovely coordinator, Chuku Yama. A woman leader of all those things and good. This morning, our topic I like it. There is no leader in the just life. This good leader. All these leaders, they are idiots. The animal in vagabond cannot protect the people that lead it. How can a leader stand there with that you are a good leader? There is no good leader in this Biafra land. A good leader protect. They are only a good leader when they want to enter inside Shia. When they want to enter Kurukisha. When they want to do governor or anything, they become a good leader. That's why you see them. They're walking in the street. They enter the gate. They use they walk out everywhere. They will enter the gate, shaking all those beggars outside, taking all these beggars that live in the street. That is the street, and we see them like a good leader. Good leader, they are idiots. They are animal in vagabond. They are not meant to live. They don't need freedom because what are against it. You don't need to know anything about freedom. They only free those people, another tribe that is not their concern. They are not meant to call a good leader because they are idiots. They are not meant to call a leader. How can you become a leader when you are not protecting your people? Bible make us know that good leaders are supposed to protect your people. A good leader is supposed to fight to their people. Bible says, I will fight for you and you know your people. That is how a good leader is supposed to do. Not to protect your people, not clean your people, not to send your people out for another people. We are here only to protect Hausa, Yoruba. Yoruba people cannot protect Igbo. They cannot protect Igbo. Only Igbo people are selfish men. Only Igbo people that are protecting another tribe that is not your tribe. And you want to call yourself a good leader. You are not a good leader. You are idiot. You are animal in vagabond. In fact, you are a compound idiot. If you say that you are a good leader to this Biafra land, only Nnamdi Kanu I see that is a good leader. No that person, no other people that is good leader except Nnamdi Kanu. All these politicians, they are idiots. In fact, I'm not happy about all this.
No normal human being should be happy in a situation like that. Honestly. Thank you very much.
I'm not happy at all. More help.
All must hail Biafra. Everybody must understand. If your leader cannot represent your interest, if those who post themselves on you as leader cannot defend your interest, if they cannot protect your interest, if they cannot speak up for you, they are not your leader. They are self-acclaimed leader. Understand this truth. Anywhere you see a leader who is not willing to represent your interest, you see a leader who is not willing to defend you, you see a leader who is not willing to protect you, you see a leader who is not willing to speak for you, they are not your leader. They are not that Boko Haram Fulani headsmen. Forget about where you see them. They are all the same. And that is why the next generation must get ready to begin to call to account those who claim to be our leader. They are covering a lot of our space. Are you there, caller on the line? Monitoring Spirit. Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Listen. Anywhere you find yourself on this planet, listen. If you don't take Biafra as your own, then know that you are not a Biafran. On and off, you guys have an under cow, story. As a man on number, only to know how to make you put Biafra. The heart on Nigeria, Biafra, oh, so America, Biafra, Japan, I know need. Ane Karapuya, Maya Gagarapu, Sapara, Biafra, Kayi, America, no leave. Ane Karapuya, Maya Gagarapu, Biafra, Kayi. Oh, Biafra wouldn't get this job. That is your person. I'm a woman of God. We are not Yoruba. We are not Hausa. We are not Fulani. We are Biafra. Oh, Satan is just there to highlight Donald Trump that we are going home. He cannot stop me. It's just like a bird being caged. Once he opens the cage and the bird flies, what follows? Put it down. Just like we stand on the come shut up. This is a Biafra that they are winning like that. On the Nanga, they say she shop. Just for you to take it over the money. Here, I'm position aside. I'm going to do what you want to do. Let's say Psalm 90, Psalm 91, Psalm 92, and Psalm 93. Study it from 1 to end. But this is Psalm 93. That's 1 to 5. Very, very important because people can't pay. I'm not putting in there. Oh, you always go to how I know. Oh, not to find out what you're I don't know what to say. You must only tell you I just now you will start out of the mark. You know, most of the time, they're for you. You know what the heck? No, that is is God. And I thought I had to catch them on the sea. I thought I had to call and then I just one nigga, now one nigga. You know, put a plan, put a way. You call her. Now one of them is that, and also, I got a better worker, and I got to put a worker. Oh, the boy, like I said, now no more, look for my work out of some tower. That's another cano. Nobody knows, you need a Sarah, open the teacher and nobody desire. Get you to know. Now, I want to see the leg, I got another thing I can with nobody, and that can how we get on up. But I get to the room, it's going to Sanaka. I can put a room, it's a off I know. Oh, God, that's a prayer number 5 in the room. I want to put a number 5 and straight well. Oh, God, that's the of even and they are. Oh, I know what is the I will find with a 5 woman. I don't time of Ramba. So that's the name of my cow. You want to more blood on a lot of stuff. One of like a careful get over in the local. Can't take it up with focus on how I came at the bed. Like I know in the room, you'll never go to that. Then I want to compare with my doctor. Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit. I went a lot of get some of them. There's different and I will upon the heart of my net. Kind of that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I like about that. The time I came to America. So stay quiet and see it. Anything that is by violence is that if you decide that so that I said that you will set the animation. Anything that applies to everything, vanish. When I come out, I say, Sarah. Nobody but you can go get it. I never have to just like it. I feel no forget. What do you get to talk to those talking to you? Really, let's go. Yes, you got a phone. No, my neck, that come for Jack. Why did you put that? But that's all we did today. Kind of one the form of my and make a letter of letter, not the chairman and to shoot that, or only the issue I want to make a potential strategy. Every day, oh, I not something that don't come so far.
Thank you very much. Everybody must hail Biafra. Once you see this leader malfunctioning, they don't represent you, they are not your leader, and they must be called to order. This is female line, please. Call the male line. They don't represent you. As a people, as a Biafran person, forget about if you have relatives who are in politics, who are in government. Who is speaking for us? Like somebody is rightly reminding me there on Facebook. If Hot Doggy Poppy was Igbo man, by now all the comedians will rubbish them. Government will tell them where to keep them. Where is Ubori? But it's a Yoruba. And some people are telling you, let's leave him. The government are taking care of him. Well, we must understand that if our government supposedly represent our people, cannot speak for us, then we have a problem. Caller on the line, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I thank God so much because of what the Lord is doing in Biafra land and using you people to bring us back where we are. It's because simple that the Lord who brought Yandekala out is always the mouth of every lion that is in the political regime, and the Lord closed their mouth. I thank God that the leader of Nandekalo is not of the one of you. It's a different person. It's a man selected by God. And if there is any single seed of guy that Nandekalo collected with them, so nothing like a Biafran. It's because that the Lord made this man separately I thank God for that man. I thank God for you, George Onyibe. I thank you for whatsoever other principal officers of Biafra that the Lord has been using to bring us out. May the Lord be with you and be with the Nandekala and the Ujebefo and the other rest of the men that God are using. Thank God so much, George. The Lord will be with you and your family in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Amen. Any governor, any political position, anybody who say they are your leader, Biafrans, if they do not represent your interest, they are not your leader. Biafrans, if they cannot defend you and your interest, they are not your leader. Biafrans, if they cannot protect your interest, they are not your leader. Biafrans, if they cannot speak up for you, they are not your leader. They are just simple businessmen. They are not responsible, and it is time we call them to order. Call our WhatsApp, are you there?
Exactly.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I went to Oba. Do you know that Oba is I am since in Aba. Aba is in Abia State, in Biafra land. A city, a big city. Every time since 2015 till now, I went out in preaching the gospel of my Biafra. I don't even know you. I just recently know you and I was trying your line for a long time, but I couldn't get in. I'm lucky to get in today. And I was stopped in the MCC by two Fulanis with AK-47 calling themselves military. Then they said to me I have to follow them. If you remember, there was a time two people were taken from MCC Aba that very week. On the Tuesday, they stopped me, and on the Thursday, they took the two Biafran boys. And I asked them why they are after me. Am I under wanted? They said no. They don't like my look. Am I a Biafran? Then I asked them, what do you mean by being a Biafran? Are you not in the Biafran land? And they said I have to follow them. I said, following you to where? Am I under suspension, or am I under warrant? Like, do you have a warrant to take me? And they start searching my vehicle. I said, you can't search my vehicle. Who sent you? Where are you coming from? Do you know, at the end of it, I told them that you can't take, I can't even go with you. The whole about was there. Then I come to realize that these people were sponsored by somebody. So, when I discovered that they are just picking people from one person to another, picking every young boy that they are seeing, like last time the SARS went to Ososo by force road in Aba, start picking boys, even over there. Then I'm asking myself, what is the governor doing? Do you know, I still have a video on Force Road, all repaired, and they repaired that road. They said they built that road, but that road is a mess. Have anybody gone to Port Harcourt Road? So, the leader of this country, Zulu, is even doing us a favor. They're all criminals. They're all using the citizen as a rat, a rag. If it's the India, we say slump. Whereas, in overseas, things change every day by day. You see improvement every day by day. The people in pandemic by this time is still earning money, 1,200 euros every month. Are you still with me?
Go ahead.
So, but in this country, people barely come by. I'm having some issues now. Like working under something, then I realize how they are looting money. I mean looting money. All the money they are looting, they haven't even given, like I just said, that which I'm in right now, 0 cent. Have you been to roundabout, what they call the bridge of Aba, the new bridge in Osama? One useless Korean man is standing there, potholes and death everywhere, doing nothing. And this is a developing city. They the cars are running in one straight road for a very long time now, for over 2 years. Potholes everywhere. And this is people call themselves governors and leaders. How can a leader not be by example? How can a leader be a criminal upon his own people? Playing his own people? But I don't sometimes blame whom I blame sometimes also the people when they give them Okada, they start jumping off without knowing their right what to do. Like you mentioned about Mugu this morning. How can somebody like looking money and the EFCC or whoever will go to him and you can't even like arrest him? They just use it as a propaganda and then to deceive the people. But when our leader says something, they will jump on it. Recently, see how the prophetess, I don't know who brought her, come up on air to talk nonsense. And to say bygone is bygone after more than 5 million have died. But that's bad, that's another topic.
Thank you very much.
But look at what is happening in the Biafra land. The only person that have risen up to stand against what is happening is, I will say, two men, Abadibe and Wike. They look how they are sabotaging him. Our leader, they will just want to take him out, but that won't happen.
Thank you very much.
Anyways, I'm happy to have the opportunity to reach you this morning. I'm very, very grateful. And Kachineke, bless you and sustain you guys. You, Maso Nyibe, Mefo, and the only Shai Bukano, Maso Nankano. And know definitely that there are people that is praying for you guys. You guys are not alone.
God is faithful.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will continue all the Biafra. Call on the line. Are you still there?
Yes.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
My name is Eric. I'm calling from the province of Biafra land.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
I want to thank you this morning, and as always, you are always bringing us to where we're supposed to be. And as I always tell you that you always go to hell. Hell is inside that pit that blows with hot fire, and you put your hand there. You brought us out. You brought so many souls out so that we will know who we are. You know, this morning, we started this speech. I was just our leader. I just want to thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are so great. You know, we did not pass only this, our fathers. We passed the other ones that gave birth to them. So we connect to, will I say, the third one. That is what we connected to. And that is why IPOB will never be destroyed. Because our leader brought us to our third fathers. Because our second and first, this one that gave birth to us, somehow they deviated. Because one day he was talking to on Radio Biafra, he said, I asked my father, why is it that my grandfather, who is a priest, refused to go to Chukwu Okike, the God Chukwu Okike that created us, and they are going through Amadoha? Why is it? But because Amadoha is not the God that they're supposed to be as a priest. And the father answered it, that they did wrong. So if they go to Chukwu Okike directly, that Chukwu Okike will kill them. So now they followed that small God, the angels now, the angels that protect us, they follow them to ask Chukwu Okike to help them. That is not going that way, that if you come to God directly, because if I am saying God is so much now, I don't know who God they are worshiping. Chukwu Okike, if you follow Chukwu Okike Abiyama directly, then if you do evil, he will kill you immediately. And that is why they run away and follow that Appian way, Appian road to beg God, to beg to. That is why our people followed Yorubas and started doing rituals with human beings. And started pursuing money in a way that our God, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, never allowed us to do so. Chukwu Okike Abiyama never allowed us to collect bribe from infidels. But you see them, they go there, they bow down, they kneel down for the, oh God, they have destroyed our land. And they have reduced our power. And that is why I'm thanking our leader. Because if as we go back, We have gone back. So many of us have gone back. Those from in Nigeria did not go back because they are looking for money. The same way their fathers are doing. They are doing the same thing. They are looking for money. They are eating our money. If they contributed money in their zone and their unit and give to them, they will eat it. That is why they did not have that power. You see what our leader said the other day? That everyone that has the Messiah standards will also die. But you see now, all those people, if they did not repent from how many days he might have given to them in reserve, they will all die and perish. They will not see their. You see that time, our daddies, our mothers, grandmothers, they will come out early in the morning and come and decree that these village people that want to come and fight this particular village to collect their land, they will tell God to go to Kabiama that if they are not right, you should pursue them back. They will give them 2 market days. That is 8 days, 6 to 7 days. And all right, you will see that one thing or the other will just happen to their community. That's why they will go back. They will never, ever come to that land again. They will never, ever seek for the trouble of the other community again. And if things are happening there somehow, you have teach us that one anyway. Yeah. They will come out, those old women.
Thank you very much.
I was so small. Okay, you know what, bless all of you that
thank you very much.
You have brought our power back.
God is faithful.
Continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning, Judge Onibe. This is Ogugo from London. Judge Onibe, you know, sometimes when people pass through difficulties in life, you don't know that our ancestor prepares you, to know the challenges ahead. Your analysis today shows me that you have been there. So I don't want to glorify poverty or glorify pain or suffering. But had it been you didn't pass through all the difficulties, how can you be able to convince people who Nigeria was? They were showing us in the media of the arresting Magu. They show handcuff into, and foolishly people are following. Oh, they are fighting corruption. But today now, you have dissected our thinking. So may my ancestor guide you, who give you life, protect you, give you knowledge and strength, so that we can get what we are looking for. We will get it. Judge Onibe, on the other hand, I want to let you know that we have never have a leader. In Igbo land, we don't have a leader. It is painful when you look at what's supposed to be in Igbo land. There is not in Igbo land. There are just business entities. Me. That's all they are. But it is painful that all these politicians from Igbo land, they don't like you. They don't like Igbo people. If you really go deep into these people, if you are very, very close to them, you see this all this elite in Igbo land. They don't like Igbo people. I'm telling you the truth. They just have few people that they work together. The cabals within themselves. And we, ordinary people, are saying, oh, this man is a Jofo. Oh, this one is Kenechuku. This one is Emeka. It's my brother. It's not your brother. You see what they look at since 1960. All these Igbo people that have represented Nigeria, let's put it in Nigeria, United Nations, African Union, ECOWAS, bring their name, bring them, be calling their names since 1960 to today. How can somebody like me represent Nigeria in the United Nations? And I will not campaign to make sure Biafra come. But Igbo people are still there. They are not doing anything. They are just there every month they take salary. Ogogo is saying that United Nations have no right in Africa. Africa is supposed to be controlled by African people. Ogogo is also saying that ECOWAS have no right to include any white people in or Arab people in our union. Ogogo is also saying that Commonwealth, African wealth is not common. You see all of them, they are just cabal. All these Igbo politicians, all of them are cabal, including the church. Arinze is one of them. Bishop Wuji of Enugu Diocese, the old man, is one of them. All of them is same. They don't like you. They don't want progress in our land. We must remove these people. We know where they live. We know their house. That's their house. They spend. They useless our life to build. They will look at. They will be looking at it while we destroy it. That's their car. They useless our life to buy. They will be watching while we destroy it. So they will know everything bad is bad and Biafra will come. We pray, whether they like it or not. I'm not into prayer. Biafra will come. Once we say it's gonna come, once we start smashing the things they put in place, Biafra will come. White people will not come to Africa, will not come to Biafra land to fight. No, they cannot come to fight us. They know what we're doing is the right thing. The people we can deal with are the cabas in us. Once we destroy them, watch out, Fulani will take their cow and run away. Nigerian army will pack their tin and run away. Once you don't see this cabal, you see your governor, you see all this your ministers or whatever you call them. Once we deal with them, watch out, Fulani will go, army will go, because nobody will defend them, including the traditional rulers. All of them is same. George Onibe, I say let me call you and thank you. May my ancestor protect you, give you strength to do the job you're doing. We are doing job in spirit. Sometimes I do call God, but God I call is God who created me. My mother and my father is my number one God I got. They gave me life to come to this earth, because in India they got 16 God. Different country got different gods. I don't know, I don't like to mention God, because till I see him, I will know that this is the one I'm following. Thank you very much. Yeah?
Thank you very much. The truth cannot be overemphasized. You cannot add on it, neither can you remove from it. Call on the line. Are you there?
Yes, Mazi George Oyibe. Good morning, Mazi George Oyibe. This is Mazi, our David Carlo, calling you from Igocha. Mazi George Oyibe, may Chukwuki Kabema continue to bless you each and every new day that you see ourselves. May Elohim continue to protect IPOB family worldwide that are assiduously working to make sure that Biafra is here. Mazi George Oyibe, I want to use this opportunity to express my own feeling from your own topic for today. Right from time, I used to ask a question. If every one of us that do go to church believe that we used to listen to the word of God, why is it that the sin is still accumulating? And somebody told me that everybody goes to church with his own diverse reason. My own reason why I used to attend to church before now is because I need for a better living, so that it will be good for me, good for my neighbors, good for every other people that are living in the environment that I'm seeing them. But today, at the arrival of IPOB, 2015, when I joined IPOB, I now realize that truly, that this world that we are in is full of conspiracy, is full of hypocrites, is full of diverse decision, and majority of them are evil. How can you tell me somebody calls himself a governor, somebody calls himself an elder, and he is watching his own people dying? Still, they will pretend that they are not seeing anything. They will tell us that we got to move on. Just like what the prophetess say, bygone is bygone. Of course, bygone is bygone. We have to buy the gun. When we buy the gun, then we will know that yes, bygone is bygone. Why am I saying this? Remember that United Nations helicopter was hijacked, or should I say, was bombarded by the Boko Haram. Mazi George Onibe, these United Nations are the greatest hypocritical people that I've ever seen in my life. Why do I say this? IPOB was tagged terrorists, and they know that Nigeria tagged IPOB terrorists. Our leader do visit United Nations. Our leader is recognized by United Nations. Why is it that they cannot call the president to book, asking him why did he tag IPOB terrorists? But today, what you hear is that United Nations is still sponsoring or helping the IDP camp in the northern region. And this United Nations, were they deaf when Buhari said that an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the north? Are they deaf? I also asked a question, are they blind when they saw the injustice against Goodluck Jonathan during the election? Are they blind? You know, sometimes when they say we insult them, I used to ask myself, what is the meaning of insults? If I ask you a question, is that an insult? If I say or express my feeling about my own understanding, the way you behave, is that an insult? Let's call a spade a spade. I do ask United Nations a question. How many deaths do they need before they give people freedom? Because their friends are ready. We have a lot of saboteurs that we can use to complete our number to make sure that they die, sacrifice them so that Biafra will be restored, so that this death in the northern part of the issue will stop. But still here, they still glamour for one Nigeria, so that they can be sucking blood. That is why I also ask, are they vampires in disguise? Why? Because people are dying every day. It's just only two that died. The only pity I have over those deaths is that 5 years old little child they said died together in that helicopter. Because it's just the child is just a little child, didn't know where he's going. Of course, when that child goes, he or she will also walk to the direction of the leader. Like you ask a question, who is your leader? My own leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only man that read the history of the world, the only man that has been giving me the inspiration of the world. And today, here am I standing. If you look at me the way I speak, you say, no, I'm a graduate. No! Nnamdi Kanu has made me to resurrect back to the glory that God put it inside of me from childbirth. Now, the question now is, United Nations, who is your leader? Is devil your leader? Is Lucifer your leader? He was sponsoring the northern part of the zoo. Are they also the leader of? Is Lucifer their leader? That is the same question I asked them. Are they blind, not seeing the death of IPOB, not seeing the intimidation of the eastern region, not seeing the intimidation the governors are intimidating us? The other day they said that Nigeria spent how many trillion over light. As I'm talking to you right now, I have to charge my phone in my little kabuka that I use to make my daily needs. That is where I used to charge my phone. Now, do you see the kind of conspiracy these people are conspiring against us? And you were aware that Emeka donated how much to them over COVID-19? That same money, if you use it to empower electricity in the eastern region, we could have light, but today reverse is the case. That is why I keep on asking this question. United Nations, are you deaf? If you people are vampires, come and suck my blood so that Biafra will be free. I'm not worth living when I've not seen Biafra. Why? Because these people are, I don't know the name that we use to classify them, because this thing is getting too much. We have been dying, they have killed us enough. Even AI, Amnesty International, what are they doing? Are they also vampires? Because I don't understand it. I don't know what we will do so that they will give us this freedom. Is that the measure of hatred? What if we will get the freedom and we say, okay, we want to revise back this hatred they gave to us? Will they be happy? Is that going to be good? If we say that, okay, we don't want anybody when we get this, when we restore back our nation, we don't want anybody, will they be happy with it? Please let them call a spade and do what they have to do so quickly. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that I'm communicating with you this morning again. I wish every member of Area 1, Iguacha, more success for today's morning, for today's hustling. So I pray, George Onibe, IPOB must restore Biafra. No, come rain, come sun, no matter the weather, we must restore Biafra through the power of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, because our leader have laid the structure for us. He is the good leader that we are following, and we believe at the end we will be inspired to see our nation Biafra. Thank you, Mazi George Onibe.
We must continue. Thank you. Caller WhatsApp, are you still there? Oh my God. But of course we must continue. No wonder that line is stuck down. Caller WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller WhatsApp. But of course we lost that caller. We must continue inching closer to the end of this program. Biafrans across the globe must understand that the truth cannot be overemphasized. If you say you are a leader to us, if you say you are a leader to us, consider if you're responsible. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Man, say George Onibe.
You are going to go pay. Or you have promoted to pay. Go ahead, please, Master.
The fearless lion with a limitless life. I thank you. I bless God for your life. I thank God for your life, for waking up the spirit of Biafrans. Now, you don't know what you've done for us, honestly. You've woken everybody's spirit. My greetings to you, sir. You know, I am loyal to Mazi Chemefo, our deputy, the man I call Mukike, and the insurmountable leader of IPOB. My dear brother, you have always hit it on the nail. We don't have any leader. Even the zoo does not have any leader because I'm one because of lack of leadership.
What they have is criminals. Yeah? I know what they have is criminal fighting for their own interest.
This leader, a national leader that will tell you that, you know, international media. I went to military school, military college, United Kingdom, America. Oh yeah, our leader. I went to military college, United Kingdom, America. We don't have leaders, my brother. You are right. You are right. This is an undisputable statement of fact. The last leader Igbos had was Mbakwe. Mbappe so much, you know, cried. He fought for his people to the point that they nicknamed him a crying governor. That was the last leader we had. Since then, we have not had any leader. On the leader, very rigid. We just thank God for IPOB. You've opened our eyes. They gave him money to do road. Where is the road? If not for Nandekano, we will know this. If not for IPOB, we will know all this. What is happening? Leader. And look at the way they've let outside into our backyard, killing people left, right, and center, butchering people left, right, and center. I thank God that I know that it is, you know, it is something bad to say that the United Nations aircraft was gone down, but I'm glad it was gone down. Now it is an undisputable fact that the zoo is a terrorist state. Will the United Nations now say, oh, let's patch Nigeria and try and be one Nigeria? Will they say that again? They will not say that again. They will if Biafra come, I will come and take the job of an executioner. I will apply for the job of executioner. All these efulefu's, I will execute them. I will be part of their execution. Even up to today, they're still hunting. They're still hunting. For Nazi people. People who documented the Jews, up to today, they are hunting for them. We will hunt them. We will hunt them. We will hunt them. All these people selling us, the likes of Joe, we will hunt them. In that world, we will hunt you. Man, please keep on doing the job you're doing because you are healing our soul. Obiabaka landed Biafra. Obi healing the Biafra. But when we listen to you like this, you suit our soul. You suit our soul. You know, you welcome back our spirit and you give us hope that Biafra will come. Biafra will come this year. Every Biafra, this December, every Biafra will come back home. So mark it on the wall. God bless you, sir. God bless your wife. God bless your children. God bless your family. We'll always pray for you. Like the last caller said, that we have always been praying for you, for your protection. You know, you have suffered from Biafra.
And believe me,
you have suffered, and your suffering will never be in vain. All of you have suffered, but you know, all of you, look at what they did to him do. Kuje prison. Apparently him, left, right, and center, taking him, bend, taking him a buckle. They bribe him here, bribe him there, bribe him here, give him this, promise him this. The only thing in his mind is Biafra. God will bless every one of you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
IPOB is one.
Yes, we are not going anywhere until the freedom of our people are given. Thank you very much, Mazi.
IPOB is formidable. One of the formidable. I'm proud to associate myself with IPOB. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
And you too. And of course, sincerely, I must thank all of you for your prayers, honestly. I take one more call because my time is up already, and then I will be leaving the studio right after that. Caller on the line, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Mazi Church.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Okajo Madabuchi, calling from Abakinki province. Mazi, I read your topic. Every time I hear your voice always make me to be a Mazi, I wish when Biafra comes, it gather all these corrupt leaders that is making our life miserable and burn them up. They don't burn all these leaders up. But these leaders have killed many souls that make we young ones suffering. Even my dad died in poverty. Nothing is working. Mazi, it's very, very good, very, very bad in this country. These our leaders make us miserable. But I thank our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for saving us at this time. And I'm sure Biafra must come, whether they like it or not. Mazi, thank you for taking my call. I've been trying since to reach you, but no avail. I'm first time caller. Thank you very much. Keep on praying. God will continue to strengthen you and protect you. No evil shall harm you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. And of course, this is where we draw the curtain for this morning segment. Biafrans across the globe must understand the truth. We never had influence of a leader in the whole of our life. For as long as we can remember, like my brother said about Simon Bakwe. I don't know Simon Bakwe. Maybe I should be around 2 years or 4 years or when he was a leader. But I know that my immediate younger brother was nicknamed after Simon Bakwe. I have said it severally. My father will always call him Unyocha Nayadioji, Ochombiao, Mmanegwego, Simon Bakwe. And he's short like Simon Bakwe. And honestly, they look alike. But I know Simon Bakwe is not Owazurike. I know Simon Bakwe is not anybody sabotaging what we are doing. Because nobody will come out now. When you are such a menace, and somebody will call you after, no. Nobody does that. Our leaders, Biafran leaders, supposedly in the political arena, in the religious arena, in the freedom fighting arena, any arena you find yourself, if you do not have intention of speaking for your people, protecting for your people, defending your people, my brother, you are not a leader. If you are leading because of the interest of your own family member, my brother, Nemesis will catch up with all of you. But I implore you, I beg you, the next generation of Biafra, this is our fight. It's not just Mazenland the kind of fight. This is our fight. We must fight to the finish. We must fight them to the end. We must fight them till they agree on the truth. Africans must rise up and fight their leaders, because they only turn us slave to the colonial master. And here in our own home, they turn us slave to Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba. But believe me, we are not going anywhere. Don't let anybody deceive you. Get ready to fight this fight to the end. Get ready to fight this fight to the finish. Get ready and understand that there is no backing down. We must fight to the end. We must fight to the finish. We must fight till Biafra is restored. As you go about your lawful business, do have a wonderful day ahead of you. And for those of you going to bed now, I could only say sit, dream. Let there be peace to those who want peace and those who want war. May God grant their request, that from the mouth of our enemies they will declare the judgment of the Creator upon their life. They will know. They will know.
The Bible clearly shows where the true Israelites are and where the Messiah is going to gather his people. Judah, he's going to gather from the four corners of the earth. But the other tribes, he will gather from beyond the rivers of Cush in Africa.
Like a candle in the night, the came and blew us away.
And like a thief in the night, the came and stole it away. We've been in the bondage for so long, we need a light.
All the Biafrans should stand up, rise up for your freedom.
It's a freedom song.
Freedom song. Religion, believe and nature, culture, now we are no one. So no more free things, we gotta go. Our tradition is live and let live, but they are killing us now. We need to this land is great, we need a red and black to it. To make it work out, we need to be like project. We fighting for our freedom, so you gotta stand up, searching for the God in our freedom. We are freedom fighters, light up, light up. We fight to live, everybody stand up, fight for your freedom. So tell the people, tell the world, tell the nation, let them know we are triumphant.
Many people are dying, all out to the missing.
Freedom song. Freedom song. Freedom song. And together we save our land. Freedom song. And together we save our land. We are fighting for the future of the children, the hope of the rising sun. We will keep on believing and fighting to the end of time, because we will. Hey, Babylon, the workers of iniquity, to carry to them that never see the rising of the sun. See the futures of tomorrow, not even the strength in you. Freedom song, together we freedom song, and together we freedom song, and together we freedom song.
our time, rise again. We are living in the line of our creation. Let's find out the nation. They wonder why they kill everywhere. They wonder why. Fighting for God and I'm fighting with love. I'm fighting with love and I'm united. After every day, the sun will shine again. I say, just as I'm making a bubble, they are not the same. All of the man, they can't tell you how I